Senator Lindsey Graham from South Carolina joins us now on the show. Senator, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, no more of this trick, pretending you can't hear me because you don't like the question.
Who are you? Who are you?
All right, so the news of the flag coming down in South Carolina, what does it mean to you?
It means that we can move forward. It would be impossible, I think, to keep the flag up and grow as a state after the shooting. And Representative Horn's statement on the floor, I think, summed up why we had to move it. And it gives us a new start, sort of a fresh start. Let's take advantage of it.
Let's listen to Representative Jenny Horn, because she did capture the emotion, certainly.
Could you ever have imagined this happening 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 months ago?
No. The flag has been flying my whole entire life. And if you would have asked me last year if we would ever remove the flag from the State House grounds in my lifetime, I would have said there's no way.
Now, you're a very seasoned man and politician. To what do you attribute how quickly you and so many others changed their minds about the battle flag?
After the shooting, the flag became a symbol of this hateful young man, and the families of the victims made this possible. The way they embraced the man who killed their loved ones with love and forgiveness. And Reverend Pickney had been asking to remove the flag for quite a while. It made it impossible for my state and me not to embrace that request of removing the battle flag, because it did become a roadblock to us moving forward after the shooting. The day before the shooting, Republicans and Democrats were okay with a compromise. After the shooting, nobody was okay with a compromise. And after the families embraced the shooter and demonstrated a kindness and love that I can't even imagine, representing my state better than I could ever hope to, the flag had to come down, and thank God it has.
So hopefully this move is a step in a direction that has many more steps to come, and we'll be watching for that. So we go from tolerance and an expression of it to intolerance expressed in the form of Donald Trump. Do you stand by and listen to what he says with any idea of belief and acceptance? Do you take any of what he says as truth?
No, I think it's just out of sheer ignorance, the comments he's making. Here's what I say. The 11+ million illegal immigrants come here mostly to work. They come from poor and corrupt countries. The overwhelming vast majority are good, decent, hard-working people trying to find a better life for them and their families. Among the 11 million, there are some bad people, but he's got it absolutely wrong. This wave of immigrants, even though came here illegally, is just like every other group that came. They came here to do jobs that other people wouldn't do. They were looked down on and talked bad about. So when Donald Trump says these things, I want to let people know from all over the country that I've been trying to fix illegal immigration for a decade now, and that's not my view of the 11 million. We need to fix this problem, but the 11 million are not made up of rapists and drug dealers.
While you can say that Donald Trump is part of the problem, not the solution, is he the price that politicians like you must now pay for not getting anything done on immigration, because he gives voice to the outrage, if nothing else?
Yeah, I think he expresses frustration, but you know, frustration doesn't cut it with me. I'll put my record up against Hillary Clinton or anyone else. You know, remember when President Obama ran in 2008 that he promised to fix immigration in the first year of his presidency? He never lifted a finger. We did Obamacare, we did the stimulus, we did Dodd-Frank. Hillary Clinton was a member of the United States Senate. President Obama failed miserably when he had 60 Democratic senators, a Democratic-controlled House, so the Democratic Party is to blame here too. But my party has, quite frankly, not risen to the occasion, and Donald Trump is digging a hole with Hispanics that if we don't stop digging, we're never going to win the White House. So at the end of the day, I'll put my efforts up of trying to fix immigration at my own political detriment at times, because it needs to be fixed, starting with the border.
Segue to going from that international situation to what we're dealing with ISIS on the war. Let's use Trump as the segue, because when you came up, he mentioned your views on foreign policy. Let's listen.
Lindsey Graham just today tweeted, "Why would any group vote for a party if it embraces that view? I sure as hell wouldn't."
Well, look, Lindsey Graham, I think he's always been very nice to me, but, you know, he wants to bomb everybody. All I know is every time I watch Lindsey Graham, he wants to bomb everybody. Let's bomb everybody. Lindsey Graham has his views. Look, I'm very, very strong on the border. We have to create a country. We have a country. You don't have a country if you don't have a border.
All right, forget about the definition of a state there at the end, but the Lindsey Graham wants to bomb everybody.
Right.
This is a nod toward your feeling that we should have more troops in there, that you wanted more of a surge, more American presence on the ground, which you know is unpopular with the American public. Do you stand by that?
Yeah, and I don't think it's unpopular with the American public to stop radical Islam from coming back to our shores. The strategy we've deployed in Iraq and Syria is a miserable failure. ISIL is not being degraded and destroyed. We've trained 60 people from the Free Syrian Army to go to fight ISIL inside of Syria while they recruit 1,000 a month. President Obama's strategy to degrade and destroy ISIL is not working, and I think radical Islam wants to hit us here at home, and Syria is a great launching pad. So if I were President of the United States, we would have more troops in Iraq to destroy ISIL inside of Iraq, and we'd put a regional army together to go in on the ground in Syria where the caliphate headquarters exist, and we'd have to be part of that regional army to destroy the caliphate. There is no way I know, Chris, to defend America without some of us going back over there to do the fighting.
The problem is clear, but you want to give a nod to the complexity of the solution, right? President Obama
yes, totally.
wanted to bomb Syria. You guys held him off on that, remember? It was too much. It was too extreme.
No.
Putting boots on the ground there, Senator, we did that for a lot of years with great results in terms of killed on the ground, American included, but it didn't fix the problem. So is that the same direction to go again?
The surge did work. I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan 35 times. I know exactly what works and what doesn't. We didn't have the right security footprint after we took Saddam down. We took the Iraqi army down. That was a mistake. I share blame for that. But the surge in 2008 and 9 did work. In 2011, President Obama was told to leave 10,000 troops behind. Iraq was in a good place security-wise. Political progress was moving forward in Baghdad, and when we pulled all of our troops out, Iraq deteriorated like I and others predicted. So I know what does work, and you got to stabilize Iraq. But if you don't get Syria right, you're going to lose Lebanon and Jordan, and you'll never fix Iraq without getting Syria right. And we have no plan when it comes to Syria. That's where we're most likely to get attacked from, is Syria.
Okay.
We have no game plan in Syria.
Senator, thank you for your thoughts about this. We're going to see what happens with the Iran negotiation. I welcome you back on New Day to discuss the outcome there. Please come back.
Thank you.